Hi everyone, Sam Sorbo here for the Accidental Homeschooler. I want to take a little bit longer right now just to address some of the questions that I've been fielding from parents who accidentally are in the situation where now they're going to homeschool for the next several weeks, and they're facing this with a lot of trepidation because they never pictured themselves as being homeschoolers, and yet somehow, because now we are in this virus issue, crisis, whatever you want to call it, you can't send your kids to school anymore. And so I've been doing some videos about embracing this as an opportunity, and I definitely want you to do that. But I wanted to take a moment to have you consider, as you go forward, what this actually is, what it looks like, and what it is. So first of all, you're homeschooling, so I want to recommend my book, They're Your Kids. This book goes into, the beginning of the book is about how degraded our education system has become over decades, right? We've gotten to a point, and if you've seen any of my other videos here on my YouTube channel or any of the interviews that I've done, and I urge you to go check that stuff out because I do give out a good deal of information, but it's all here, frankly. Not all of it, but most of it's in the book. I lay it out very plainly. We have an education crisis in the United States today, and we need to rethink the way we define education and the way we approach it. Now, it's a big challenge for us because we've been educated by the system. And a lot of people use the word indoctrinated, and I would have to agree with that. We've basically been brainwashed, and one of the ways that we've been brainwashed is we've been taught not to question. And we've been also taught, sort of haphazardly, we've been taught that we are incapable of doing anything that we haven't been formally instructed on. And so you as parents are like, oh my gosh, I hope the school tells me what to do. They better tell me how to do this because I don't know how to do this. But I'm here to tell you, you can and you do know how. You don't need formal instruction. You need some guidance. And there are plenty of resources out there to offer you guidance. What you do have in spades, what you have over the school system, is that you love your kids. And more than anything, that's what's really needed in educating a child. You just need to love them and inspire their innate, natural, God-given curiosity. Because what you want to do is train them to be good learners. And the schools typically don't do that. Typically. For some kids, it works really well. The super achievers, the ones who really want to perform for a system, and they get involved, and sure, for them. I tell you, I was a really good student, and I hated it. I hated it all. So, as you embark on this journey, I want to recommend my book. In the first part of my book, we talk about the schools and the problem with the schools, the problems with the schools. I basically talk about government education and why, not necessarily why, because I think that there certainly are some nefarious people who have done things in our education system that have been extraordinarily detrimental, but also just the system itself is, in a sense, it's sort of untenable. And we're seeing the repercussions of that. We're seeing children who can't read who are graduating from high school. We're seeing college professors saying, well, I have to go back and teach high school to my students because they're graduating high school incapable of writing a basic essay, for instance, that kind of thing. So that's the first part of the book. The second part of the book is a bunch of stories, my story, how I came to homeschool, mistakes that I made, triumphs that I had, how I overcame some challenges, and basically just a glimpse into the way that we got it done in our family. It might not be the right fit for you, but the idea is to just put some information out there, because if you're given information, You can figure out how to get stuff done. You maybe feel incapable because you lack information and you have some erroneous information. The wrong stuff is that you can't do it because you've never been instructed on how to do it. But you'd be surprised how many teachers say to me that they couldn't possibly homeschool their children. And that ought to tell you something. And so I encourage you to get the book. I encourage you to broaden your sights, and be encouraged. This is an opportunity for you to explore something that probably heretofore was beyond your grasp. It just was beyond the pale. You just didn't even want to, right? But now you're being forced to by the very system that you relied on, which is sad, but it's true. So here's an opportunity for you to explore and take these weeks that you're going to have, and take the moments and revel in them, and pursue that relationship with your child and enjoy it. In part of the book, I talk about this. Do you remember Back to School? Do you remember that commercial? It airs the same time every year, and it's Christmas music, but it's in the autumn, right? It's the most wonderful time of the year. Remember that? And the parents are dancing in the aisles of the Staples or the Walmart or the Target or whatever, and they're buying back to school supplies because they can't wait to drop their children off. Made me sad every year. Parents don't realize what they sacrifice when they give their children away. Now's your opportunity to recapture some of that. And I wish you luck, and I wish you great success, and I would encourage you to keep tuning into my videos, because I'm here to encourage you and empower you on this fascinating and fantastic journey of parenting. So please join me. Subscribe to the channel. Get the book at samsorbo.com, samsorbo.com. Like the video, share this video with your friends, and enjoy the ride. Thanks for listening.